Hello guys, welcome back to JD Bots. In this video, we are going to see how to create a web automation using Power Automate Desktop. And then we'll run our desktop flows using Microsoft Power Automate Cloud version. Let's get started. Initially, I'll create a new flow. I hope you have installed the Power Automate Desktop on your systems. Recently, Microsoft has announced that Power Automate Desktop is free for Windows 10 users. So now you can log in to the desktop app using the Windows 10 credentials. But if you want to run the desktop flows using the cloud version, then you will need the work account. Alright. So I'm here on the Power Automate Desktop. I'll click on New Flow and I'll name it as Get Temperature of Mumbai City. In this automation, we'll open a web browser. We'll go to google.com and type the keyword as get temperature of Mumbai. And then we can copy the web element and get its value. So this is the workspace where we'll be creating our workflow. This is the main workflow. And in the left hand side, you have all the actions. And on the right hand side, you see the variables. Here, you can define the input and output variables. And once you start creating the flows, automatically you will see some of the variables which are generated from the actions will appear in the flow variables. And here, there is a variables panel and you can see the UI elements panel as well. With this, you can add the UI elements in the beginning of your flow, but will not add in the beginning, but will add in the middle. Alright. And then we have the images. So I guess this is one of the best and easiest RPA tool I have used till now. You have all the options, you have all the actions which are required for a basic automation in here. Then we'll start by going to the web automation. Initially, we'll start a browser. You can select your preferred browser. I'll be using Chrome. We also have Internet Explorer, Edge, and Firefox. Then it's a new instance. So I'll launch a new instance. I'll enter the initial URL and I can go to google.com. You can change the window state to normal, maximized, or minimized. In the normal, it will be default, and you can also maximize and minimized. I'll keep it as maximized. And here in the advanced option, you have the options to clear cache and cookies, but will not do anything in the advanced options. This tutorial is completely basic and beginner friendly. You can also rename the variable produced from this action. Currently, it is named as browser. I can rename as Google Browser and save. And now we have opened our new Chrome browser. Let's quickly test. Just run, click on run. It will open your Chrome browser and go to google.com. There we are. Fine. Okay, let's keep it open so that it will be helpful for us to find the UI elements. As you can see, we have an error over here. It tells that fail to assume control of Chrome. If you ever get this error, that means you have two Chrome windows open and Power Automate Desktop cannot identify which one to take. Yeah, so I have these two windows open. I can close both the windows and now I can run again. In the second run, it won't show this error. There we are. And going back to the Power Automate desktop, and here we don't have any error, right? Next, what we have to do, we have to enter the text here, the keyword which we are about to find, like Mumbai temperature. You have two ways to do this web automation. The first and easiest way is to record your actions, and the second and the more accurate way is to drag and drop the action fields from here. But in this tutorial demo, we'll be using by dragging and dropping this action fields. And initially, we'll have to focus the element. Focus element, it focuses on that element and it scrolls into the view. What does that mean? Let's quickly take an example. Let me open the website. Now, if you want to open this window using the Power Automate desktop, then it will open like this. It will not show the below elements. So how do you find the below elements? How do you click on them? For that, you select this action, focus text field on web page. So when you use this focus text field on web page, what it does, you define the web element. Suppose I define as introduction to Unix. What it does, it will scroll down and stays here itself in this context, in this view. It will not go up and down. So after focusing, then you can click. Fine. Then here we have selected the focus text field on web page. Then I'll open the UI element drop down and I'll select add a new UI element. As I had already mentioned, you can do it in the beginning as well while clicking on that UI elements, but you can do in the middle of the flow as well. I click on that and this new window will open, tracking session. Alright, so what it tells us that hover over the fields and press Ctrl and left click. Then I'll click on Ctrl and left click, and there we have our field. Fine. Input text. Then it has added. Then I click on done, and you can see in the drop down we have this field. You can also see a thumbnail so that it will be easier for you to verify that what element it has selected. Alright, then I'll select that and I'll click on save. It does nothing, it just focus that element. So it will make that element in yellow color. You can see as highlighter. It's kind of highlighter of the element. Then we are about to give the text. Then you can mention like populate text field. Since it is the same element, we want to enter our text. We select it from the drop down and we enter the text here. What you want to search. I search Mumbai temperature. Then I click on save. Fine. Next, I want to click on search button. This search button. Then I focus the element. Either you can focus the element or you can just directly click. So I'll use the press a button and I'll select the new element and let me focus it on the Google search and Control and left click. There we have the element. Click on done and save. Fine. Next. Okay, before that, let's run this one and make sure till now what we have done, it's working fine. It opens a Chrome browser. Mumbai temperature. And see, now the problem is, once it has typed the Mumbai temperature, it is not able to find the element because the element is in the background of this list. So how do we tackle that? What we can do, like click enter. I guess in the flow it has given us the error, button press failed. Fine. Okay, just remove this. And even this has not become a maximized window. Let's quickly check and go to launch browser. I'm not sure what's the issue, but it should be maximized. Alright. How do we send the enter? We take the send keys and here we insert a special key, go to miscellaneous and press enter. Alright, and what it says, delay specifies a delay in milliseconds. Okay, fine. And it tells me that send text as hardware keys. What does this mean? Emulate the actual keystrokes on when sending whole text. Fine, let's emulate that and click on save. Now let's try running the flow again. Now it has made the window as maximized. Make sure you don't interact with your keyboard and mouse while the automation is performing. Okay. We have an issue. We need to delete this action because it is throwing an error and we need to move to the next action. So you can delete this portion and run the automation again. So I guess there is some bug in the Power Automate desktop. One time it does not make the window maximized. There we are. It has clicked enter and here we have the temperature. So this value we need to capture. Next we need to extract this temperature. We go to the flow again and we select this action, get details of element on web page, and here we select the UI element and we hover over the 29 and control left click. There we have the value. You can also check whether the correct UI element is selected. Then we save. Let's save this one, and now we can print this temperature on a display message. So it's like a dialog box which will appear and you can display the text, and you can give the title of the text box as temperature, and I can use as the temperature is, and I can select the variable. So this is a variable which was produced by the last action. And message box icon, first button, yeah, everything is fine. Okay, let's run the automation. Okay, now this time it has maximized the window. Focus element done, enter text done, enter also done. Now, yeah, here it is. The temperature is 29. See? Now once you click on OK, it will continue your flow. Alright? And at the last, we can close the browser once we have the temperature. Going back to the web automation and close web browser. And here we select the browser instance which you want to close. That is the Google browser. Fine. What we can do, we can display the message after closing the browser. So you can drag and drop your actions anywhere in the flow. So now let's run for the last time before saving this flow. There we are. We have closed the browser and at the end we are displaying the message. The message is the temperature is 29. Fine. Well, let's save this flow. Okay, this part is done. Now make sure you have used the same credential in the cloud version as well as in the desktop version. So the credentials should be same. We close this window. Now we go to the cloud version. Now what we'll do, we'll trigger this desktop flow from the cloud version. Just log into flow.microsoft.com. And I'm again telling, make sure the credential you use to log into this flow.microsoft.com is same as that of the credential which you are using for the Power Automate desktop. Then we go to My Flows. If you've used the same credential, you can see your desktop flows under desktop flows. And there we have the get temperature of Mumbai city. Fine. Now we need to trigger this desktop flow from cloud version. For that, we create an instance flow, and you can also schedule. That depends on you. But as of now, I'll manually trigger the flow. And we can add the new step and click on desktop flows and run a flow built with Power Automate desktop. So earlier we had these options, the Selenium IDE and Windows Recorder. So these were the earlier version of desktop flows, which is now all the functionality is changed in the Power Automate desktop. So here we need to select the gateway, and if you don't have the gateway installed, then you can click on new gateway. What it does, it downloads the setup on your system and then you can install the gateway. It installs the standard mode of the gateway, and let me show you the types of gateway which are available and which one this Power Automate is installing. So we have a standard mode and a personal mode. You can check the difference between both of them in here. Make sure for the Power Automate desktop you install the standard mode. Fine. And most of the time many users get stuck here, like what is the domain and username. So actually you can find this value by going to the command prompt and just enter who am I. So this is your machine name and this is your username. So if you're using a enterprise system, so your machine name might be different, or you might have to enter the domain name. So for enterprise system, so all the machines will be configured based on the domain. So here you enter the domain name and then here you enter the username. Suppose I work in Microsoft, so that my domain name will be Microsoft and then my username will be something like your name. Fine. This is for those who are using the enterprise desktop or laptops, and if you're using the personal system, there won't be any domain names. So there we'll have to use the machine name and username. So this is my machine name and this is my username. Our gateway has downloaded, and let's install this one. Well, it takes time to get installed based on your computer configuration. Well, Microsoft has recommended that you should have 8-core CPU and 8 GB of RAM on your system for the gateway. But minimum can be 4 GB of RAM and dual core will be fine. Finally, the gateway is installed and we need to use the same email address that we have used to log in to Power Automate. Alright, so since I'm trying to register a new gateway, I'll select that. If you want to restore the existing gateway, then you can move to the second portion. But I'll create a new gateway and I'll name this gateway as JDBots Windows 10 Pro. And this recovery key will be used for you to restore any existing gateway. I'll just use any key and I'll configure. There we are. So if you get this message, the gateway is online and ready to be used. So that means the gateway is finally installed and setup is complete. Then we can close this window and coming back to the gateway name, and there we have. Once we can click on the drop down and you can see the newly created gateway is appearing. If you are using a personal system, then it should be machine name / and the username. If you're using an enterprise system, so if in that case also it can be machine name as well as username, and also it can be domain name as well as the username. Fine. So you can enter the credential. Alright, so most of you get confused like what is this domain name and username and password. So basically these are your Windows credentials. Fine. So whatever password you use and username you use to log into your Windows system, so those you need to provide it over here. And for this, as I already mentioned, you can go to command prompt and just type who am I, and you will get these details. And password is how you log into your Windows system. Then we click on create. It will communicate with your gateway to create a connection. It has finally created a new connection for me. You can always check by clicking on 3 dots and you can see the connection which it has created. You can also see your old connections as well. Fine. And go to the desktop flow and select the flow which we have created just now, get temperature of Mumbai city. And here you can say attended. Fine. I'll save this flow and I'll test by triggering it manually. Well, it takes time for the Power Automate cloud version to send a request to the gateway, and then from the gateway it sends a request to the Power Automate desktop to start the flow. Well, let me close this window and let me close the browser as well, because it will throw an error that multiple browsers are opened. Now let's wait for the flow to get triggered. Now it has opened the browser. Well, it is taking time. Yeah, there we are. Then focus element yet to come. I believe some issue is there now. We can quickly check. Go to flow.microsoft. Okay, let me open a Edge browser, and from there I can trigger this one, because I don't have to open multiple Chrome browsers. Fine. I can log into Edge, and then from there I can trigger this flow. Alright, I have logged into my Edge browser, and then I can trigger this flow. Just click on run. Okay, that window is open in the background. Let me minimize that one. And here we have the focus element, then we have the enter text, and now it will show us the temperature. There we have the temperature is 29, and we click on OK, and you can check the flow history clicking on the flow by clicking on the flow. And in the last flow that got failed because it was not, as I already mentioned, we should not open multiple browser windows, so it will throw this error. Fine. And we can check this succeeded one as well. And here, if you have any like output variables created, then you can see the output over here. Fine. Now coming to the issues most people face. Many of you get an error while creating a connection, like unable to connect to the gateway, and it says the timeout. And the second error is, please check whether the Power Automate desktop is installed, because unable to connect to the so and so desktop flows. So these two are the common issues people face, and for that even I face that issue. For that, what we can do, if you ever get those two errors, then you can open the on-premises data gateway that we have installed just now. So once you open it, you'll see the sign in button. You log in again to the gateway using the same account which you have used, and then you stay here. After sign in, you keep the on-premises data gateway window open, and then you try to create a connection. Then it will definitely get connected or create your connection. Yeah, and this comes to the end of this video. Then thank you all. See you in the next video. Bye bye.